The moment you try to prove someone wrong with facts and logic, you have already lost the room. Their brain does not process your data as a helpful solution. It processes your argument as a direct threat to its established worldview. Grab a pen and a piece of paper right now. Think of one specific upcoming high-stakes meeting where you expect to face a core objection. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to build a customized 3-step physical script that bypasses that exact defense mechanism, moving your counterpart out of resistance and into agreement. Step 1. You sit down at the table, and the natural urge is to immediately present your stance, back it up with data, and prove why your proposal makes sense. Resist that urge. Instead, write down your opening sentence right now with this strict rule. You must validate the other person's primary constraint, and you cannot state your own position. When you lead with facts, the listener's internal dial spikes directly into the red threat zone. They immediately formulate counterarguments. When your opening validates their position, you de-escalate the tension and open a window for genuine receptivity. Look at the sentence you just wrote down. If it includes a single statistic, a counterargument, or the word but, cross it out and start over. By making them feel heard first, you strip away their biological instinct to fight back. Now that their guard is down, you need to transition without triggering a new defensive spike. This is the tactical pivot. Write down this exact template as your second sentence. It feels like the risk here outweighs the potential upside for you right now. Naming the unspoken tension directly in the room forces a physiological de-escalation. The elephant in the room shrinks the moment it gets a label. Most amateurs ruin this by nervously leaning forward and talking with their hands. An authority figure simply sits back and maintains calm, steady eye contact. To ensure you maintain that authority, write this instruction on your paper directly beneath your label. Stop completely and wait. Do not ruin the pivot by rushing to fill the silence with extra data or justifications. The person who speaks next dictates the frame of the entire conversation. Using silence as leverage hands the pressure over to them. Step 3. We move them out of their defensive posture and put them to work solving the problem for you. Asking someone why they disagree immediately puts them back on the defensive. Instead, we use calibrated how and what questions. On your paper, draft your closing question using this exact formula. How do we protect against their downside while still solving the baseline problem? By asking how, you are asking for their help. You are giving them the illusion of control while simultaneously setting the parameters of the solution. They have to look at your baseline problem and figure out how to solve it. They are now actively constructing and pitching your conclusion to themselves. Let's test those 3 steps you just wrote down in a rapid budget negotiation. The default approach, stating facts, arguing, and defending numbers, hits an immediate roadblock and gets rejected. But the calibrated pitch, validating their constraint, labeling the risk, and asking how to protect the bottom line, smoothly reaches a green, agreed outcome. Stacking these 3 steps removes the friction points that typically derail high-stakes meetings. Look down at the paper you just filled out. Make sure you have your constraint validation, your tactical pivot, and your asymmetric question all clearly defined. This newly drafted document provides a psychological roadmap to agreement, allowing you to navigate resistance with precision. You validate their core constraint. You label the tension so they feel understood. And you use an asymmetric question to let them design the solution. High-stakes persuasion relies on removing the friction that stops people from agreeing. Apply this framework in your next meeting to see how the room shifts.